Hello, children. A very pleasant morning to you all. Welcome back to your English class. Yes, today we are going to deal with a new unit. Before that, children, I just want to ask you people, what do you mean by moral values? I don't think so. It is a new word for you because in your what do you call previous classes and all, you have got many stories based on moral values. Okay. At the end of the story, every teacher asks you, right? What did you learn from this story? Yes, sir, children. Yes. So most of you, right? Yeah, most of you know what are these moral values. From the stories only we learn, right? From stories only we learn, from society, from people surrounding yourself, you learn these moral values. Okay. So what is a moral value, children? Actually, it's like principles, okay, that one should follow, right? And what are? Can you please list out that what are the moral values and all? I hope many of you have means you have a list of answers, right? Yes, you are correct. Like being honest, being like what you call integrity, truthful, then honest, then what else? Being courageous, and you should be sacrificing. You should be kind. You should be loving. You should have sympathy over someone, right? So these things are there which we have to inculcate within ourselves. And how it will come within yourself? When you have seen people around yourself doing that, or when you listen from the stories, right? And obviously when you see such kind thing or such kind of moral values in front of your children, of course you have to inculcate that habit within yourself. Okay, so why I'm saying these words? Because children, usually what happens, if you want to inculcate the moral values also, first you should know to how to choose, right? What is good, what is bad. Okay, so who are the people are giving you the proper guidance, and who are the people who are not giving the proper guidance to you? You should know what is the differentiation between the good or bad. You should know what is the differentiation between the love and hatred. You should know what is the difference between what you call selfishness and sacrifice, right? If you know these, what you call the difference between these things and all, then obviously, children, you will be able to decide what you have to do, right? Obviously you will inculcate within yourself, means what you have to do, whether I have to go with a selfish or you should be selfless, whether I should be good, whether I should be bad, whether I should love people, whether I should hate people, right? So you should know, and you will know whether the whatever the you are doing the thing. See, I'm not talking about the other people. Whatever the act or action you are doing, whether you are doing it right or wrong, these things you should be able to decide by yourself, right, children? Then only you can inculcate the moral values within yourself, and even you do the same thing, and people also look at you with a good thing, right? Means it shows your personality, how what kind of person you are. Yes, our children, see, at every step we are required to make a choice, to choose between the right and the wrong, and good or bad. Sometimes we have to choose between love and or hatred, selfish and sacrifice. So what we make choose makes our personality. Am I right, children? See, obviously, children, if you're having a good friendship, good what do you call it, shows that you are a very good person, right, around yourself. And if you are almost alone, and if you don't have any friends around, means it means something is there that you need to change within yourself, right? Something is there that you have to change a bit. Then only you will be able to mingle up with the people and all. Then only people will start loving you, right? So obviously, children, whatever the activities or actions you show, then it shows your personality, right? It makes you people know more about you, right? I hope many of you know, and many of you are having obviously will inculcate or inculcating these values within yourself. Am I right? So here, children, before going to the with the lesson, okay, we have a small activity over there in the page number 55. Okay, and they have given a few words or few qualities or values in that blue box. Okay, and you have to choose only those words which we have to cultivate or in our within ourselves. Okay, in the bubbles which is given over there you have to write down these values or qualities. Okay, so given below are few qualities, given values, some of which are desirable while others are not. Pick up the ones which you would like to cultivate and write them in the bubbles below. Okay, children, so I just wanted to, I'll just read out for you and you decide which words you have to write, which are the good qualities that you have to write in that bubbles over there. So first one is sympathy. Sympathy is like showing kindness, okay, and then comes showing pity on someone. Then comes courage. Courage means yes, you have to be bold. Then comes sacrifice. Sacrifice means what? Give for the sake of some others, okay, for consideration. It is called as sacrifice. Then comes kindness, okay. It's also kind of, we can say, showing kindness or pity on someone else. Jealousy, okay, this is very bad thing, right? So we should not have a jealousy on anyone else. Or take it to what should we say? Huh? Then comes affection. Affection means liking or loving. Then comes truthfulness, being honest, trustworthy, we can say. Hatred means showing what you call hatred on someone else. Okay, enmity or what we say in that way, it is called as hatred. And selfishness. You are self, it means you show being so mean, you just always think about yourself. So these things, out of these things, children, any six which we have to cultivate, those you have to pick up and write down over there. I'll just try to underline these words. Okay, you just write down these words here there. So sympathy, yes, you have to cultivate. Courage, yes. Sacrifice, yes. Kindness, yes, you have to cultivate. Jealousy should not be there, right? Affection, yes. Truthfulness, yes. Hatred, no. Selfishness, no. Okay, these things you write down there in the bubble which is given over there. Okay. So here, children, now before going with the lesson, there are some characters in the story, okay, that you should know before we read the lesson. Okay, so here Nina is the main character in the story. Okay, so here the lesson name is Nina is the winner, and the characters are Nina herself. She is a student of a school, and she is a participant. She is participating in the annual sports day competition. Okay, and Medha is Nina's. Oh my God, I have written the wrong spelling of Nina here. I'm sorry for that. Okay, I just try to change. Yes, it is Nina. Okay, Medha is Nina's best friend. I hope every one of you have your own best friends, right, children? Yes, and even she's also a competitor. Even she's also participating in the annual sports day competition. And participants are there. Children, only Nina and Medha are not participating. Okay, even many of their classmates or schoolmates are also participating in this annual sports day competition. So for them, we call them as a participants. Okay, and chief guest is there. Okay, every of us know when the function is there, we invite the chief guest. Okay, then principal sir is there and audience. And who are this audience? They are none other than your parents, your friends' parents, your classmates' parents, your seniors' parents, your juniors' parents, and school students. Even school students, children who are not participating in any competitions, even they are also the spectators there. Audience means spectators, we can call. Okay, so these are the characters that we come across in the story. Nina is the winner. And here are a few words that you will need to learn, because these words we are going to come across when we read the story. Okay, so excited. Children, before telling the meaning of this word, suppose, okay, tomorrow is your birthday and your father has promised you that he is going to bring you a beautiful bicycle, or anything which is your favorite. Just imagine your excitement, children. How excited! Maybe you will not sleep properly that night, because the next day you are going to get your favorite thing, right? You feel so excited, you feel so energetic, right? Or you are, and even what happens in the morning also, you wake up early before the time that you usually used to wake up, right? So you, because of the excitement now, you will not get the proper sleep and you will waiting for the next day, the next sun to arise, day's sun to arise, right? So it is called as excitement. Okay, excited, energetic, right? Or enthusiastic, we can say. Confident, very sure, yes, you are very sure, confident that this year you are going to get the first rank, Okay, you're very confident that this year, is what you call, you are going to score good marks in your what you call difficult subject. Means confidence is that thing that you are very sure. Announce, announce to declare. Okay, in the school and all, the person who gets what you call prizes, first prize, second prize, third prize in some competitions, they I think I know I hope you all know that in the assembly, teachers did announce, right? They declare it. Then performance means an act. Okay, here performance means how they act on the competitions it can be. Then sprained. Sprained children ramp. See, whenever we play a game, whether it can be cricket or running race, whatsoever, okay, sometimes our leg, get twisted, okay, we get a sprain there. I hope every one of you know about this. It's called as ramp, okay. Then comes gradually. Gradually means very slowly, right? Means slowly, the child will pick up in their life, the child will learn the things and all, very slowly, right? Then comes confused, means unable to decide. Your mother has given you two favorite things in front of you. Okay, one is I can say chocolate, and the another one is ice cream. It is kept in your hand. Okay, and but your mother will tell it clearly that choose any one. You are not supposed to take both. You are just supposed to take only one. Now it's a big trouble for you. You are now confused, right? Whether you have to choose your chocolate or choose what do you call ice cream, because both are your favorite. Means you will not be able to decide which one you have to. It is called as what do you call confused, bothered, worried. Children, in the previous lesson only we had come across this word, that is bothered, worried. Okay, impressed, means strongly affected. Sometimes, right? Sometimes we do such a good thing that a teacher will suddenly start telling her, "Wow, very good." It's like an impression which you show whatever the act is being done, you love it very much. Okay, it's called as impressed. Okay, or strongly affected. Okay, children. Now I hope these words are clearly clear for you. So I just want to give a reading part first. Okay, listen to me carefully and try to read in the same style how I read. Okay, shall we go? Open the page number 56, and I want you to keep your fingers on the words where I read. So, shall we start, children? Yes. Nina was very excited as the next day annual sports competition was going to be held in her school. Nina had given her name for 100-meter race. She was confident that she would be the winner. Nina's best friend was Medha. She was also a good runner. This sports competition was going to be special because the principal had announced that a trophy would also be awarded to the best student of the school. Everyone in the school seemed very excited. The school ground was beautifully decorated. The chief guest had already arrived. The parents had also come to watch the performance of their children. Nina and Medha were waiting for the race to start. After the chief guest's speech, the 100-meter race was announced. All the participants took their position and started running as soon as the signal was given. Nina gradually picked up speed. She was running ahead of all the participants, and just behind her was her best friend Medha. Just when they were going to reach the finishing point, Medha sprained her ankle and fell down on the ground. Nina saw her falling down. She felt confused whether to stop to help her dear friend or to run for the first prize. She thought for a second and turned back to help her friend. The girl who was just behind Medha crossed the finishing point and thus got the first position, but Nina was not bothered about the prize. She was worried about her friend, sorry. Medha's ankle was swollen and she was in a great pain. Some of the teachers also came to help Medha and took her to the medical room. At the time of the prize distribution, the chief guest called Nina to the stage and asked her, "Dear, you were just near the finishing point and would have just stood first. Why did you stop and lose your chance to win the first prize?" Nina replied, "Sir, Medha is my best friend. She was in trouble. The prize can be won next year also. But it was my moral duty to help my friend during her difficult time. The chief guest and the other listeners were much impressed with Nina's sense of duty. Nina lost the race, but the principal awarded her the Best Student trophy. All the students, teachers, and guests clapped for Nina. Wow, wonderful story, right, children? I hope most of you might have understood 90% when I was reading the story. Am I right, children? I hope, and most of you might have liked the story also. It was a really wonderful story, right? It's all about the best friend, right, children? Even if you have had your best friend, always you will first tend to help your best friend, right, children, whenever they are in trouble. Okay, so here this is a story all about the best friend. Okay, and the moral values, duties that we have to keep in our mind. Okay, so I just want to children a small activity is given over there about that in A1. Children, they have given the situation there. If you were in that situation, what would you have done, right? And you have to give the reason for the what you choose. Okay, the first situation is, imagine that your friend is weak in mathematics. Okay, so your best friend, it may be he or she is very weak in mathematics. They don't understand mathematics at all, but they are good in other subjects, but they are not good in the mathematics. But you are champ in the mathematics. Okay, and what you will do, you will think that, okay, however I am good in mathematics, let me help my friend. So you keep on helping her. Helping means not in the exam, children, teaching your friend, okay, helping her to understand in a better way, in an easier way. Okay, so I think most of you might have done, right, where you might not help your friend or your younger ones to help you them to understand. Not like this, like this. You just try to help them to understand in your own style, right? So maybe most of you might have done also, right? And you have done your best, children, and you are now your friend is like very good in mathematics. Okay, but every time you were getting highest marks in mathematics in the class. Okay, but this time what happened, your friend to whom you have taught, he has got highest marks in the class. It means mathematics especially. Okay, so what will be your feeling? What will you feel, children? Whether will you feel jealous for your friend? Arey, isko mil gaya. Means will you feel jealous for that? Or will you feel happy for your friend? Or will you feel sad for yourself? Simply I taught her yaar. Or else you would have not got highest marks. So what will be your feeling? Okay, children, you can choose more than one also, but down you have to write the reason for your choice. Okay, the next situation is, imagine that you are getting late for your exam. On the way to your school, you see a man lying on the roadside with a bleeding foot. Bleeding means the blood is coming out of his feet. Okay, continuous, it is called as bleeding. What will you do? Will you run for these there lest he should call for you for help? Run from here there lest he should call for you for help, or not bother about him at all, or request someone to take him to a hospital. Okay, it means you are getting late for the exam, and on the way you saw a man which is he is lying on the what you call roadside with a bleeding foot and all. So what will you do, children? Will you run from there, because you know that he will call for you and you have to go and help him? So you what will do? You just move away without seeing here there, or you will not bother about him at all. Means you are so busy in moving for the exam, you will not care about the person. Or will you request someone to take him to the hospital? Or will you just whoever the person who are just moving over there, will you request those people to help him to or take him to the hospital? Okay, so it is your choice. Whichever you want, you can tick it out, and you have to give the reason for that. Okay, so now children, when I am reading the story, I am going to ask you to underline certain words which you have to write in your first main, that is new words. Okay, and the meanings already I have shown you. Okay, so here we are going to start, and keep your pencil with you then, because in between I am going to ask you to underline certain difficult words. Now read this story. Nina is the winner. Nina was very excited. Underline the word excited. E-X-C-I-T-E-D, excited. As the next day, annual sports competition. Underline the word competition. C-O-M-P-E-T-I-T-I-O-N, competition. Okay. So next day competition was there, was going to be held in our school. Nina had given her name for 100-meter race. She was confident that she would be the winner, and underline the word confident, confident, confident. Okay, so here as it was told in the beginning itself that in Nina's school the next day there was the annual sports day competition, and she had given her name for the 100-meter race. Even children, for you also, right, whenever there is a competition they come to your class whether you are interested or not, and they'll write down. Last year maybe you might know about that. Okay, they will take the write down your name, so that if you want to participate in a particular competition or what, and some will give and some will not give, right? Yes, so the same thing happened here, and she has given her name for the 100-meter race. Nina's best friend was Medha. So even Medha is also her best friend, and even she is also a very good runner. Means I can say even she is a good competitor for Nina there. Okay, this sports competition was going to be a special because, and one more specialty for this competition, it was not all about what you call the running race or any sports event. One more thing was there, a special thing about this sports competition, that was key. The principal had announced, I underline this word announced, ANNOUNCED. Announce means declare, to tell, okay, to tell in front of the public, loudly. Announce that a trophy, TROPHY, underline this word trophy. Trophy is a kind of a gift, okay. It can be a cup, it can be a shield, whatsoever, trophy. Would also be awarded. Awarded means, what do you call, given as a gift, okay. It's like a praisal for them, right? Awarded to the, underline this word, awarded also, to the best student of the school, right? Even one more thing is that here announces the trophy would also be award for the best student of the school in this annual sports day competition. So everyone in the school seemed very excited. Underline the word seemed, SEEMED, seemed. So everyone were excited here. What do you call, they were like waiting for this day, and all, not only Nina children, everyone, when Medha and all her participants and friends, everyone were excited for this day. The school ground was beautifully decorated, of course, right? It's a competition, a sports competition, right? A sports meet we can say. And the school had put all the tents and all with all the chairs and all, because as you know that guests are going to come, right? And for that reason it was beautifully decorated. Underline the word decorated, decorated, decorated. The chief guest had already arrived. Arrived, arrived, arrived means already he has come, okay, to the, to what do you call, to the function, what we can say there. Already he has arrived there. The parents had also come to watch the performance. Underline the word performance, PERFORMANCE, performance. Okay. So even the parents are also guests there, right? So even they had also come to see their own children, what do you call, performance there. Tina and Medha were waiting for the race to start, and these two girls were just waiting for the, not only these two girls, along with them, who are all participating. Okay, everyone they were waiting for this race to start. And after the chief guest speech, obviously, right, children, whenever they say any function or like such kind of thing and all, obviously we have certain startings like a welcome speech, song will be there, then a speech by the, what you call, the guest. These all things I hope most of you might know about that. And afterwards, the actual program, that is, what do you call this, running race was about to start. And after the chief guest speech, the 100-meter race was announced. Okay, before they will announce, right? Okay, next year are going to have this running race competition for 100-meter running. And then, as soon all the participants took their position, as soon as it was told, all the participants who are participating in the 100-meter race, they all came to the ground. They all took their track. I hope you know what is the meaning of track. In the picture, you can see that. Okay, it's a track. So in one track, one child will stand, okay, and they have to run in the same track which they have chosen, right? So here they had taken their position and started running as soon as the signal was given. Underline the word signal, SIGNAL, signal. Children, I hope you know what is the meaning of signal there. Sometimes some of them they use a gunshot, some of them they'll just say, on your mark, get set and go. Okay, it's called as a kind of signal, okay. So as soon as the signal was given, they started running, and Nina gradually, underline the word gradually, Gradually, gradually. Okay, gradually means very slowly she picked up the speed. So in the beginning she was in third place, then means slowly she started running faster, and now she was in the first place, what do you call, while running. She was ahead of other participants over there. And just behind, she was running ahead of all the participants. Underline the word participants, children. Participants, participants. And just behind her was her best friend Medha. So ahead of participant was who? Nina here, and behind her was her best friend Medha there. Then just when they were going to reach the finishing point, means almost Nina was very near to the finishing line. See what happened. Medha sprained her ankle. Sprained, underline the word sprained, sprained her ankle. I hope you all know what is the ankle, right? The position which is above the feet and below this leg, okay. Ankle, we can say a bone like structure which you see, okay, ankle part, this part, okay, and she sprained means her leg got twisted, and she got a sprain, a ramp there, and fell down on the ground. Nina saw her falling down, and Nina almost, she was there. If Medha was at the last, maybe Nina might have not seen, okay, but she was just behind Nina there, right? Medha was just behind Nina, and she saw her falling down, but now she felt confused. 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 Underline this word, children. Confused means now she was like unable to decide whether I should run for the race or should I go and help my best friend, because she is her best friend. Not only best friend, children. See, if you have a good heart, right, you will help anyone, any person, right? It is not a matter of a best friend. It is a matter of any person. If they are in a trouble, that obviously what will you do? So she was a best friend also, and she had fallen on the ground. Now she was unable to decide whether I should run for the first prize or whether I should stop and help my best friend there. So she was in a confusion. Then she thought for a second and turned back to help her friend. So finally she decided, okay, she said, okay, leave it. Competition, we'll see next year and all. Now my friend is in a trouble. Let me go and see her. And she stopped running and she turned back and ran towards her friend, which was on the ground. Right? The girl who was just behind Medha crossed the finishing point, and behind Medha, another girl was running. She took the first position, obviously, right, Shilan? Because first was Nina running, and second was Medha running, and behind the third one person was there, and she took her the first position there because of this, what do you call, act what happened there. She thought for a second and turned back to help her friend. The girl who was just behind Medha crossed the finishing point and thus got her first position. Underline the word position, 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 right? But Nina was not bothered. Bothered, bothered. Underline this word. Here, but Nina was not at all worried about her. She told, hey, it's okay. She was not worried. She did not worry about for not losing her, what you call, competition there. She was worried about her friend. She was thinking about her friend who was on the floor crying over there, right? Right. Medha's ankle was swollen. Swollen means like, how to say, ububitito means being a large, become a large size, okay, than the normal one, right? So when you put air in the balloon, it swells, right? So, right, swelling is nothing but which becomes in a big size. So here the same thing happened with Medha's ankle. It was swollen, 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 and she was in a great pain. Some of the teachers also came to help Medha and took her to the medical room. And when when other teachers and all they saw this, then they all came running towards Medha and they took her to the medical room. At the same time, at the time of prize distribution, and now the competition had completed, and many of the people, they have got the first prize in many events, and the prize distribution was going on. Underline the word distribution, distribution, distribution. And chief guest called Nina to the stage and asked her. Now when the chief guest, okay, he called that because even he was also there watching this all act, right? And he called Nina, come here, beta. Then he called her and asked her, dear, you were just near the finishing point, and would you have stood first? Then he said, you were very near to the finishing line. You could have run faster and you could have get the first prize, okay? But why did you stop and lose your chance to win the first prize? He asked. See what Nina replied. She said, she was in trouble. Meda, and she said that Meda is my best friend, and she was in trouble there. Troubla, trouble. Trouble means a problem. Okay, she was in a problem. The prize can be won next year. She said, okay, sir, it's okay, sir. Next year I can win the prize, right? But now she was in a trouble. My friend was in a trouble, so I thought I had to help her. And that's the reason that I turned back. She said the reason for that. And the prize can be won next year also, but it was my moral duty to help my best friend during her difficult time. The chief guest and the other listeners means everyone were listening to these words, okay, who were all were there, spectators, the guests, what we can say, everyone were listening to these words, right? And they really got impressed by her words, right? Underline this word, listeners, as well as impressed. Listeners, listeners. Impressed, impressed. Everyone was, they loved the way she gave the answer, right? They were so impressed by her answer with Nina's sense of duty. Nina lost the race, but the principal awarded her for the best student trophy. Though she lost her what you call race competition, but she got this award, that is best student trophy award. Okay, and all the students, teachers, and guests clapped for Nina. Obviously, children, she deserved, right? She deserved what do you call this one, the prize or award, right? Don't you agree with this, children? She do award, agree for this award, right? So here we have in A3 a small activity, and the question answers and all I'll send you later in. Okay. The sentences given below have one factual error. Means there's a error means a mistake is there in a sentence. Okay. You have to find the mistake in the sentence and you have to write down the answer there. Okay, so here Nina wanted to participate in the 50-meter race. Then it is wrong. So they have underlined this and they have written the correct answer there over there. That is 100-meter. Okay. Next, the school auditorium was beautifully decorated for the sports competition. Do you think so, children? No, right? It was not auditorium. It was school ground. Right? The school ground was beautifully decorated. That you have to write down here, ground. Okay. Next, it was announced that the trophy would be awarded to the best sports person. No, right? It was awarded. It was announced that it was the trophy would be awarded for the best student. Okay, student trophy it is, not sports person. It is best student. Okay, this thing, okay, these are the mistakes which they have done in the sentence, and I have my correction. Okay, write down, even you also write down in the textbook. Okay, children, bye bye, and please read the story once again by yourself. Okay, bye bye, children.